I got a question because it's just on my mind, Mr. Ion. You've been an analyst for a long time. You've been doing TV, radio, but you've been doing it for a long time. I want to say since 1992. How much is it of a transition from calling an NBA game to an NFL game?
Yeah, completely different. I started doing NBA in 1994, and the speed of the game is what dictated the pace. So you, as a play-by-play announcer, the job is to be a conduit from the action to the listener or viewer, and you've got to match that without it being out of control and chaotic. How do you take what's happening on the court and synthesize it and then get it into a digestible form for the listener or the viewer? NBA certainly trains your brain in a certain way. Rat-a-tat-tat, quick. All of it is just happening at a pace that if you let it overwhelm you, it can.
Right.
So it was really good training in a way that I started NBA. I get to NFL in 1997, first on the radio and then television next year. And the routine of it is set up completely different. You have action and then you have break every single time. Right. Not continuous action. It's one major action and then break until the next action. So you've got to really nail those bursts. When you have a big play in the NFL, if you're not on it, if you're looking at your notes, if you're focused on something else, you could look up and have no idea what's happening in the moment. And you only get X number of chances in a game. NBA, it's continuous. You miss a bounce pass, you miss something in the action, you can figure out a way to circumvent and get yourself there. NFL, you miss it, you're done.
Can't get it back.
You cannot get it back. So I think just the routine of the NFL, it forces you into supreme focus and concentration the second the ball is snapped to the second the whistle is blown. And that's not to say that you turn your brain off at that moment, but that's when the analyst jumps in. Now you're watching sideline, who's coming in, who's coming out, when they get into the huddle, when they break the huddle. Your brain is now anticipating where certain guys are on the field, and you try to visualize what may happen. You can't predict it, but you can visualize. NBA, there's none of that. You don't have any time to just rest your brain. It's continuous all the time. So very, very different approaches, and I really enjoy them both. But if you attack it the same way, it's not going to work.